All right, welcome to another episode of the Diamond Dialogue. This time we've got Biocow with us, aka Preston Monroe. So say
Hello.
hi to everybody.
Oh, stepping on you already. I'm sorry about that. Hello, everybody.
Just jumping the gun.
All right.
So without further ado, we'll just jump right in. Who the hell are you, and how did you get here?
I am Preston Monroe, as you said, Biocow in the chat. And how did I get here? I was over there earlier, and now I'm over here. And no, actually, I I actually didn't get into listening to podcasts for until about 2008, when a friend of mine who's a bigger geek than I am suggested I listen to Twit and Leo shows, This Week in Tech and that kind of thing. I had actually just released copy and paste for the iPhone, for the original iPhone. It's a complete hack that I put together to allow you to do simple copying and pasting. So he said I should send it into Twit and MacBreak Weekly and different shows and try and get it kind of promoted. And it kind of took off, but the side effect was that I started listening to a lot of Twitch shows.
No, that's awesome, though.
Yeah, and then Tech News Today, I was a listener since day one, and just loved Tom's style and that kind of thing. And when he left Twit, I followed him over to Diamond Club, and I was listening to his show, usually in the car on the way home. And honestly, about a month ago, just started kind of listening live and getting in on the chat and kind of invaded your guys' chat room. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. No, it's good to know that you've been watching, for a long time, just not always able to get in the chat, which is the same way a lot of us are. All have time that we can actually get on for the shows that we have time for. It just works out funny that way. So speaking
on the. Oh, I'm sorry. I'd get on the chat when it was on Twit as well. When it was Tech News Today, I'd get on the chat occasionally, but I've been trying to be better about it since it's during a time when I can actually take a lunch and actually listen in. So.
Oh no, that's awesome. But yeah, speaking of your name and your chat handle, Biocow, where'd you come up with that?
Biocow, I registered biocow.com a while back. I had been looking for a website name that was kind of easy to remember and funny, and I was thinking about all kinds of different things, and I actually thought of one called liquidmonkey.com, and I looked it up, and it was taken, and I was kind of upset, and but it gave me a place to start. So I started thinking about animals and what kind of animals are kind of funny or that kind of thing, and different things you can do with it. Came up with Biocow, looked it up, it was available, so I registered the domain. And then when Twitter came around, I registered it there as well. So I been using it ever since 2008 or something like that. I've used lots of other handles in the past, but I either don't use them or only use them if I kind of want to be more anonymous. So I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Sure. Oh yeah, Beef says we already have enough bovine around here. So that's awesome. Random names are the best because they don't need an explanation. I long time ago in high school, I used to use fork tine, a little tine on the end of a fork. I had no reason, just worked for a name.
Yeah, I wanted something short and easy to remember. And in fact, the first email address I ever registered was 5 characters long at Yahoo. So it was BobX3, because the joke when I was in high school was that I was going to change my name to Bobby Roberts. And so Bob times 3. So
right, it'd be triple Bob, yeah. No, that's awesome.
Bob, yeah.
Right. So let's say you're stranded on a desert island. You only get 3 movies. What movies are they?
The first one definitely would have to be Office Space. I actually work at a credit union, and so that movie just speaks volumes. Everybody in my department has seen it. I work in IT. And,
and I'm sure you've thought about the Superman thing once or twice.
Oh yeah, definitely. We always joke. I actually have a coworker who was accused of stealing $29 million.
Oh shit.
We did a system conversion. We moved everything, the entire system, from one system to a different system, and in that process, $29 million disappeared. And they pulled him in on a Saturday, and they were like, "All right, where's the money?" And he's like, "I've got no idea what you're talking about." And he's like, "They're we're missing $29 million. And he goes, do you think that I'd come in on a Saturday if I stole $29 million?
Right, like I would be in Tahiti. Yeah, so
Yeah. He's like, yeah. So anyway, that I just love that movie. That's a great movie.
that's
Um,
good first pick.
yeah, thank you. Um, Second movie is probably Usual Suspects. Just love that movie.
Classic.
Verbal and the whole. It's been. I love the ending and the fact that it's been ripped off on every single TV show you can think of, and in some sense or another. And so it's just a really
Oh
well
yeah.
written movie. I actually didn't see it when it came out, but my wife turned me on to it, and we watch it regularly. So
Oh, definitely. Yeah, can't fault you for
yeah.
that pick.
And then I was trying to think of a good sci-fi movie that I like, but I couldn't think of a good one. Unfortunately, I'm a really bad geek. I actually not a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan, although I've seen pretty much all the Star Trek movies and the original Star Wars movies. I've never seen the prequels of the Star Wars movies to this day.
Oh,
But yeah, I just for some reason, no idea why. The third movie I decided is going to be The Notebook. And the reason
no.
I picked that,
What?
yeah, The Notebook. So the reason I wanted The
Okay.
Notebook is because I wanted something to do on the island that I could destroy something. So that's why I picked that one. I
And
wouldn't
you
watch
couldn't
it. I
bring a
just,
fax machine.
yeah, exactly. So I just destroy that, just beat it to hell.
There you go.
I
Play
rented that
frisbee with it
movie.
for a while.
Yeah, I rented that movie. It was Valentine's Day. Wanted to do something for my wife. It's supposed to be the girly movie. So I made her dinner. We sat down after dinner. We sat down and watched The Notebook and everything. And I struggled through it. And at the end, I turned to her and I said, "What do you think?" And she was like, "That was the worst movie I've ever seen."
Yeah. Oh, that
So
is too funny.
yeah.
Oh, that's some good choices there. So, okay, let's move on to the next one. If you're given a superpower, what is
Mhm.
it, and what's the first thing that you do?
Well, I don't know if this does it have to be a classic like superpower or something you'd find in a comic book or something like that, or can I make up my own?
No, anything.
Anything. All right. If I could have a superpower, I would have the power to summon a cop anywhere at any time because I have a 30-mile commute each direction and I see horrible drivers all the time and I just wish I could ram my car into them. But if I had a superpower, I just stick
Oh
a cop
yeah,
on them.
that's a pretty good one.
Wouldn't do me any
And
good.
within the law too. Nobody would ever,
Yeah. And it wouldn't
Uh,
really do me any good, but it would make me feel good. So
it would be doing us all a little bit of good.
exactly. You're
No, that's
welcome.
that's you're welcome. No, that's a good one. So, what game are you playing currently? Or are you wasting your time with?
Um, um, well, Angry Birds just released a few new levels, so I've been playing that. And I'm just not a gamer, honestly. So I think the last real video game I played was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So it's kind of
Oh,
date,
okay, yeah.
dating myself. So that's the last real video game I think I played. That and Halo, was about the same time, and that was about it. So
Oh,
unfortunately, sorry, I'm not all that into video games. So I
no,
have
that's
a problem
Angry
where
Birds is a good choice.
I have a problem where I get addicted to video games and I'll play them nonstop. Just like it. It happened usually before I was married, and then once I got married, we bought a couple of systems and I played some games or whatever, and my wife kind of broke me of that habit, I think, because just having to do other things, real
Oh
life
yeah,
growing up and that kind of thing. So
right. No, that's awesome. All right, so you said you're not a huge science fiction person, but you can pick from science fiction planets. If you could move to any planet, real or fake or whatever, what would it be, and describe your house?
I'm not a big sci-fi movie person, but I listen to tons of audiobooks and read always read lots of sci-fi. So the planet I would choose is Ringworld, and the my house would actually be the Winnebago from Spaceballs, so that I can get around Ringworld because it's so big.
No, that's great. No, I love
You
that
also,
combination.
yeah, you also have to get away from the vampires and that kind of thing, and just be careful when you're flying over the, the sunflower fields and that kind of thing.
No,
But
exactly. No, great choices. Those are some really great choices. So I know you're an avid Yo user. You help use it to remind Ace Detect in the mornings or when he's getting or afternoons, whatever he's getting ready for a Daily Tech News show. So Yo or Hodor?
Yo, definitely. The
Yo,
only people I ever, the only people I ever yo before you today was Tom and Scoble, Robert Scoble, because he's so public that he'll talk to anybody or do whatever. He's such a dork.
right.
But that's about it. And then I got a random one from uh, not even a friend, an acquaintance of mine a long time ago. Like when it first came out, I think I just popped up in his contacts, and so he yowed me. I yowed him back, and that was it. It's I keep it on there as a joke, but it's a while back. Tom said, "Oh, if you want me to be here at 1, you have to remind me." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll send you a yo at 1 o'clock every day." So I've been doing that.
You could actually probably automate that now with if this then that because they've added a
Probably.
Yo channel.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't
like,
even know that.
yeah, they have a Yo channel, and some of the recipes on them are kind of interesting. Like you can Yo your hue lights, so you can I guess change them to a different preset or something. It's kind of
Oh my God, I
interesting.
did not know that. I'm gonna have to play with that. I have a couple of recipes set up for different things, email verification or alerts and um, what else, like weather alerts and things like that. I use it a little bit, but I'll have to look into that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd love this if this then that. It's so crazy functional.
Mhm. I should use it more. I,
So
I was trying to I was trying to set it up to alert my wife when I leave work, so she knows what I kind of have a weird schedule. I don't leave at the same time every day, but I was trying to set that up, and there's a little bit of a delay in that one. So when I leave work,
mm,
it could take 20 minutes before it actually alerts her. So, but
right.
it's still a good
I have
service.
I have one of those for my work hours because I'm a salaried person, but they still like to know how long we're there and stuff. And so
Mhm.
sometimes I forget to fill out my time card for like all week, and I'll go, oh crap, I got to go back and see. So it helps me go back and see what I had. But yeah, it knows what time you actually did it, but it sometimes takes a long time to register through the whole system. So
Mhm.
well, moving on, what's your favorite topic on DTNS? Favorite type of topic, I guess.
I actually, um, I like all of it. I guess I have to narrow it down and say I can't say I like everything. I like I've gotten into computer security a lot, and the breaches and that kind of thing. I listen to Security Now on Twit, one of my favorite podcasts of all time.
Sure.
Steve Gibson, and so I
Steve
listen to that
Gibson's the
religiously.
boss.
Oh yeah, I started listening. Um, I can't remember exactly when, but I think I had missed the first about 100 episodes. I went back and I caught up. So that's how much I like the show. And I've actually written into him a couple of times and things like that. I found a security vulnerability once in the PayPal app for iPhone, and
Oh,
I was so excited. And the next day, I was like, okay, so now I've got this. What do I do? And then some other researcher had also found it, and it had already been patched by the next day. And I was like, damn it.
oh yeah. By the time you were able to submit anything,
Yeah, so it never happened. But I actually got to meet the researcher who actually found it at a conference I went to, and so I told him you stole my thunder.
nice. No, that's awesome.
So I
Um,
guess that's the security ones, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. So I imagine you probably watched Darren Kitchen too, Hack Five and stuff.
Um, I actually I have been a little bit. I didn't before, but I want to some more. I'm planning on going to their next hacker brunch, which is currently scheduled for sometime in mid or late August, I think. So that'll be my first one, but I definitely need to go back and catch up on those as well. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, speaking of of Darren, Len Peralta's with Darren often on Fridays, and I know he has a lot of great artwork out there. What's your favorite one that you've seen Len draw on Daily Tech News Show Fridays?
I like the Darren drone actually. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was really good.
He's got to get a lot of good stuff. So
Oh, that's amazing. Do you have anything to plug before we go?
I don't. Like I said, I'm a bad geek, so I've got my Twitter handle. The website is biocow.com. There's nothing there except a link. If you want to, there's a link to the copy and paste thing that I did for iPhone, which is completely useless now.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but it was getting a fair amount of use when there was no copy and paste on it. But it's kind
Oh,
of just
sure.
a cheesy little hack. So
No, that's all right. It's been kind of a quick show. You got direct, quick answers. You know what you need. Well, thank you very much for joining me.
no
I have
problem.
to fire up the ghetto outro music again here. So
All right, hit the elevator button.
yeah, hit the elevator button, and I still can't, I'm sitting down, so I still can't do the trick where you look like you're going down the elevator. But anyway, like I said, thanks for joining me, and we'll
All
see
right.
everybody on the next episode of Diamond Dialogue.
Bye, chat room.
Well, bye, chat room.